Good evening.
Hang on. There you go.
You're live, right? Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What should I say? There isn't there. All right. Good. Welcome to the events meeting of June 11th, 2026. Right. I will.
16.
Oh, just tested. Sorry, 16. Okay. Thank you. Right. Okay. Right, I believe I have to read for your information, I know we're all aware of this, but, and I'll sort of say this, any declarations of interest.
You don't have to read it.
Oh, I don't have to read this, okay?
No, just take it as read.
Right, taken as read, can I just ask, I'm sure you all know this, mobile phones switched off, or if you do need to take a call, could you please?
Thank you for reminding.
Yeah, could you please just leave the room, because we don't want to eavesdrop on your calls. So, and as you were, we are being recorded. Is anyone else recording? No. Right, okay. Thank you. Right. So, we don't have any declarations of interest, do we?
No.
No dispensation. And apologies for absence, I believe Mr. Jackman has apologised, but Councillor Jackman. Okay. Right, the minutes approval from pages 7 to 10 for our last meeting. I've given the readers anyone spotted any discrepancies or anything that they're not in agreement with from those minutes? Or any deliberate mistakes?
I'm happy to propose this a correct record if you'd like me to.
Yes, please. Do I have a seconder?
I'll second.
Can we have an agreement?
Obviously not in vote for that.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Right. And now we are to number 5, upcoming events. And I think it looks to be over to you, the officers will provide information on the Armed Forces Day.
It's all pretty much in place. Jamie's confirmed today that he'll be there to do the prayer. Patrick has confirmed that he'll be there. Lily is writing a speech. All councillors have been invited. It's all been sorted.
Okay, that's all. And it's flag raising at 11, is it?
11 p.m. 11 a.m.
11
Don't do
a.m.
PM.
Holly, can I ask, is that the one the youth councillor meeting people afterwards?
Yes, then they're going down on the fountain end.
Yeah.
It is meant to be farmers market day. I think they've decided that they're going to go outside of TG Jones, but they've been told that they can't be on the triangle for that one because it's an actual flag raising. It's not one that we've chosen to do. So we're doing the flag raising on the main side, and then youth council setting up the fountain side.
Just to add to that, the youth council members will be there at the flag raising as well, just to provide some support and solidarity. So they're coming down for about 11:15. So we can get them ready.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Did you get any joy with the new number, not the Sea-Watch or whatever?
I'll move on to that.
Sorry?
I'll move on to that for the next bit.
Okay.
Okay, right. Right. Okay. Okay, so Pirates Day, 4th of July.
Pirates Day. Now, lots of work has gone into Pirates Day. We've had really good uptake from Pirates Day. We've got really good responses. We seem to be using Pirates Day to bring everybody together, which is really good. The community's really got behind it. I'll let you guys see those. These are going to be printed and handed out throughout the event. So just have a read of those because they will be the brochure that everybody will receive. It's got all of the details on it. So the running order of it, there will be a Pirates Parade, and that will start, we decided yesterday, that will start from the lighthouse. It will go along to the pier, down to the den, across the zebra crossing, and then into the triangle.
When does it start?
It starts at 3 p.m. If anyone wants to join, dress up as a pirate, you're more than welcome. It will be led by a shanty band that sing a cappella. They're very, very good, so that will be a really good start to it. And then we've got a whole programme full of acts coming up. We've got a kids pirate pantomime, Captain Barnacles. So that'll be down on the fountain end. And then at the flagpole end, we've got all of the singers. And then we've also got the Timoth players doing the performance, along with one fire performer and one aerialist as well throughout the day. And then we've got some wandering entertainment as well. Brunch and Bakehouse have done specific menus for the day. Bakehouse and Brunch are also going to be doing the alcohol sales for the day, so we don't have anything to do with that. That's all to them. So they've really got on board with it. Coasters was offered, they're going to stay open until 4 p.m, but they can't stay open any later. And then all of the pubs have got really involved as well. We've got 6 that have specifically said they're going to celebrate. They're on the map on the back of the brochure, so it should be able to lead everybody round Timoth and make sure that people can find where they're going, because we really want to push that after we finished at 8:15, everyone goes out to the pubs and carries on the festivities.
Did you say something about a fire display, sort of fire?
Yeah, someone from the Timoth Players has said that they are a fire performer, so they're going to do that as well throughout the day when Timoth Players are doing their show. We've also got a big plan of all of the social media, so for the next 3 weeks there'll be something pretty much every day going out about pirates to try and get as many views and people there as possible. Obviously it's the first year we've done it. We're not expecting miracles, but if everyone can come along and have a great time, we can prove we can all work together and it works. That'd be great.
You've put an awful lot of work into this. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Really do appreciate what you've done. Thank you.
And we've got flags now, this year, but got some 50 flags.
Mhm.
So we'll be flagging up the town sort of the weekend before till the weekend afterwards for a fortnight. So there'll be pirate flags all over the place.
Perfect.
Well, in every bracket.
Are there any other questions about it?
No, just congratulations.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
It's really appreciated. I did see that in that the summer entertainments list isn't here, but I will.
Yeah, so summer entertainment will start being pushed at the start of July. That'll go out, we'll do a load of posters to go out throughout the town. We'll make sure that the dates are advertised like we did last time on a Monday. We'll make sure all the dates go out. We're also going to put summer entertainment on things like What's on Devon to make sure that people know that it's happening, because that's where most tourists look to see, oh, what's on the week that we're down. So we'll try and get onto that one as well. Otherwise, that one will just tick along throughout the summer. There's not really much else we can do about that one.
Could I make a suggestion just for people thinking in terms of next year, that we look at some seaside entertainment for Easter and for Whitsun, the 2 big bank holidays?
Yeah.
Because I know it's all weather dependent and the weather can be awful, but this year Easter was brilliant, and Whitsun was too bad either, and there wasn't anything really. It might be just something to consider, you know, not tonight, but just bear in mind as a thing that we could actually kick off, and then if they've seen some, it's still in the triangles as it
Yes,
were,
yeah,
but,
yeah.
you know, just something. I mean, I did speak to Nikki at the pavilions just in passing and said, trouble is with the weather, have you got stuff on? And she said, well, yeah, we will have. But she said, if we talk about this, perhaps for next year, then maybe we can sort of jiggle things around a little bit.
Okay.
If the weather's iffy or whatever.
Yeah, it can definitely be thought about with it.
Yeah, I wasn't usurping your position, but I know them all very well in there. I mean, Nikki has said that actually she has got some pirate things booked for September, which she didn't know we were doing Pirate Day.
No,
So,
she's been told.
yeah,
Yeah, she got informed.
but it needed to be earlier than that, if you see what I mean. Because
Yeah, so obviously when we set the dates, Pirates was an idea when we had the date setting, and then we only sort of rolled with it and picked a date. I want to say February, March. We pulled this together in about a couple of months. So if this is a success and we choose to do it next year, we'll pick a date a lot earlier and we'll make it
Yeah.
very clear
I
that
think
that's
that's
the
where I'm
day.
going with that,
Yeah.
because I don't think Nikki works particularly on anything but a rolling programme of stuff
Yeah.
running through the year, so maybe they set things up differently, but
Yeah,
perhaps a conversation with her would be useful
Yeah.
at some point. Because
I think the other thing with this pirate event is the hope, we had an initial hope that we could tie it in with regatta.
yes.
Or the Shanty Festival, which also would make sense because it's just got similar themes. And
Yeah.
obviously that wasn't possible.
No, that wasn't a possibility at that point. And then I think we advertised it once and it got a very, very good response. And we've had to pick it up and blow it up very big, very quickly. So
I think with the work that you've done there and everything that's there, I think it's been really successful. Listen to the buzz around town. I think it will be positive.
yes,
First time we're doing it, this is the best we can do. Because if anything goes wrong, we just learn by our mistakes and we go for next year with a positive move. We're going to go for next year, so this year. So, yeah.
Just going back to Pirates Day as well, I've got a park and fancy dress.
brilliant.
Oh,
I'm
well,
not saying everybody, but
No,
the majority of
it'll set the tone for the day.
yes, that sounds fantastic. Appreciate that. Right. Emergency service, that's looking nice.
Emergency Services Day is pretty much ready to just hit the button and go on. We'll push advertising out around mid-July a lot more. We've got everybody that we needed has signed up for it. We are now full in the triangle. I don't think we can fit anybody else in. The one that you were talking about, Joan, they have signed up. They're going to have a gazebo.
oh, excellent.
So they will be there along with the fire, the police, ambulance, air ambulance, Samaritans, National Coast Guard Institution, Blood Bikers, Timoth Life Saving, and no, that's everyone. That's everyone. Can't fit anymore. It'll be from 10 till 3. It should be really good. Once again, everybody on the triangle has been made aware, so the cafes are going to really push for that day. And it should be quite a nice little event.
Can I suggest that it's advertised a lot earlier? I only think if you set it in July, I'm just conscious that people will start fixing sort of summer holiday plans. Most people have them already, but for those late bookers,
Yeah.
I think the earlier we can get things out without advertising, the better it will be.
Yeah, the thing we've got to think about is what I don't want to do is when we do social media, if we've got Pirates on the 4th, summer entertainment then starts at the end of July, and then this is the end of August. If we mix up the dates, people are going to start getting confused about our chronology of events.
Well,
So if we try and so Pirates will be the next 2 weeks with the flag raising thrown in. Then we'll do a big push on summer entertainment for a couple of weeks. So by, I would say, second week of July, we can then throw in emergency services. But if we start doing it out of the order,
I get that, but one of the things that we have faced with events planning over a good 5-6 years is a constant theme, repetitive theme of people never finding information or it's all being advertised too late, etc., etc.
which
And
is
I get that how
Yes.
it's stagnated through with the calendar, but I'm just otherwise I can just see people will be moaning that actually there's something like this in August, but they're only told mid to late July. And
it's already gone out, so it's already on social media
I have
posts.
seen it. Yeah.
Everything is on our website, but that's why I've made the brochure.
Yeah.
If we can get all of that out as soon as possible. Social media is only one avenue that people see.
Absolutely.
So if you-
the paper as well.
Yeah, so I've contacted Mid-Devon Advertising today about Pirates. So we just need to do it in an order as such on social media, otherwise it can get a bit confusing. But no, we can try and pull it as
It
far
might do,
forward
but
as we
actually
can.
that's not our responsibility. Our responsibility is not how it is perceived and how somebody reads the social media posting. What we need to be doing is making sure that we have got the adverts for the advertising out in a really good timely way.
Yeah.
But so, I mean, like I say, I just flag up, but I think even though this is towards the end of August, it's such an important one because there will be, and actually, if you think about what you're doing here, there's a lot of services here. If you've got people that want to come and visit because it's their day off or whatever, usually when you work in these services actually you're quite restricted as well to your time to book things off. So the earlier that people know about it,
Yeah.
the better, I think, all round. But anyway, we're just more appetising with it.
But I also think one of the things is that I can't recall seeing something of this standard sort of giving us an idea of what's going on in the town throughout the summer.
Well, yeah,
In paper, I'm not saying.
Oh, yeah, no, the book,
Because,
yeah.
because I think that's one of the major complaints that people have, that yes, it might be on social media, yes, it might be there, but there isn't anything, but things like this, well, when the library's open or places, this is something that I think is to flip through. So I think we've got the advantage there.
Yeah, and we can do a lot more of those. We'll get posters out, like once Pirates is done, I'll get a load of posters about emergency services down in the town. A lot of the traders are starting to be a bit more positive about, oh, we'll put that poster up for you and that's great. So we'll go down after Pirates and go, right, this is our next big event, and we'll do that with the summer entertainment to try and link it in with these are our summer events. So these are our two big ones in the summer. So we will get it out as soon as we can, and we will get it out as much as we can.
And I think one of the things that we can always count on, although it's not the thing, is word of mouth, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, it takes,
Yeah.
we can put something on, but the community have got to respond positively by attending, and if they don't, then that just feeds into the next plan for
Yeah.
events, isn't it?
Yeah, that if no one attends Pirates, then we know it's a
Exactly.
non-starter and we don't
Exactly.
do it again.
Yeah.
It all depends on how the community respond.
It's like anything that you try to do, isn't it, that you're going to get that. Right, so we've got that.
And you won't get the holiday makers until they're here.
Exactly.
That's the difficulty, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, right,
Can I just say, bringing this out now, there are people that come, certainly in my shop, they come early on and they will come back again. And knowing what's on, they will then pick when they want to come back, so it's nice to
Yeah.
have something like that.
Yeah,
That, I'm sure that will work wonders.
perfect. That was the plan.
I'm just also wondering, I mean, we don't know, because we haven't got like the big holiday park that we used to have, but some of the guest houses, whether we can get out to them to put some of them there. I mean, I have no idea how many guest houses there are in Tynwald.
Well,
A lot, I know.
I was going to volunteer. In the good old days, we used to take brochures around to all the holiday camps in Dawlish, right? Drop the box off in reception. And whether people took them or not, I don't know, but they were there.
Yeah,
If you want me to do something like that.
definitely. The more we can get it out there and get people in and supporting it, the better it's going to be.
Just check before you go that they'll take them. Because in later years, I know in Dawlish, they would refuse because they want people to stay in the camp and eat and drink and have the camp entertainment. But give it a go.
I think they take them up at Coast View in Children.
Of course, I've got it out Coast View.
And
There's
certainly
nothing else.
We can put something
guest houses and that would, because they're not going to be laying on entertainment.
So I'll take someone like a Clifton.
If anyone needs any more, just pop an email over or pop into the office and we can get them.
But if they're prepared to take them, just say how many you want.
It's worth a go anyway.
Oh yeah, that's really saying that.
Spending that money around the camps.
Cats, sounds bad.
The thing is, though, if we get it out there.
Them
it's
balance
got more
dead
to it.
anyway.
It is fun, isn't it? So, got volunteers for going around, that's good. Okay, that's good. Right, merchant need, flag raising day, 3rd September, huh?
Yeah, that's all in hand. Jamie was sent all the dates at the start of the year. So was Patrick, so closer to the time, we'll make sure that they're both reminded of that day.
Okay, that's good. And we've got, emergency service flag raising day on the 9th of September.
Same as
So
last.
that's ended then. And Prompton Park, are we, so has that, have they started advertising for the tickets for that yet?
No, so the ticket's going to go on in July.
Tickets in July?
Ticket sales in July for that one.
What we do want to know
Yes.
is what cancellation looks like, not just at Prompton Park, but anything. Because if we stay with Prompton Park, what do you do with 50 people? So last year when we had to cancel it, there were almost no cancellation fees because it was off. If you want to do it in some form, then obviously you're going to have to pay probably all the costs. But it's how you know, if the weather is inclement, then we can possibly take 50 people by the time we've got a few officers and hanging around. So what does that look like?
Because if I remember rightly, last year there were tickets inside, and then and it was a free.
Yeah, last year
it wasn't restricted outside.
we got the messaging wrong.
Yeah.
So do we correct the messaging, or do we have a contingency plan for a hopefully relatively small number of people compared to what would be outside?
I mean, I think, and this is my view, I think that it would be nice, we've got that screen, but you'll have the biggest screen anyway, won't we?
Yes, but the way it was going to be delivered, because you have to sync it all up, otherwise the sound will be different everywhere you go.
But it
And
would be
that would have
nice
gone
to
to the
use
park
it.
first. Sorry?
I think it would be nice to use Bit in House if it was possible. Or if
No,
it was
so we
a
could-
number.
We would still do you know, if Mrs. Megan wants to sit inside because she's an old lady, then that's fine. You can then book those tickets. But it's then, if the outside bit has to be cancelled, how far do you go to try and keep the inside bit going for a very small number of people?
I think I think people were quite. I think what was feeling was there seemed to be the feeling to say that actually, as we'd already got 50 tickets, that we should still run with that. If it's inclement weather, we should still run with it inside. I don't know how people feel based on that, or whether do we just, or are you saying just cancel the lot?
Well, no, we're rather asking, because if you carried on with 50, you may incur the costs for the whole event. That's rather, and last year's was confused. So it's how we.
I was here last year, what actually, I know it was cancelled, but how did you do it last year?
How did we cancel it?
Yeah.
We got a weather forecast, and then we paid for a weather forecast from the Met Office, and then took the decision. Wind mainly, and the park would have been soaking wet.
So how did you tell people?
We just put it out on social media, and we tried because when those that had booked tickets would have left contact details, so they were contacted individually.
So what you're saying is that if it's inclement out there, we cancel, but we show it in here, we will incur the whole cost of the event. Whereas if we cancel the whole lot,
Yeah, well, last year we escaped with a few £100, which could have been thousands. But is it the messaging we need to change, or say you could have the Christmas one in the triangle. If it was actually piddling down with rain.
Like it was last year.
No, worse.
Pretty horrible last year.
Would we carry on? There comes a point somewhere where you're going to say, actually, no.
But I think the other difficulty you've got with there outside is one, you're on grass and you're on a steep.
Yeah.
So you've got a lot higher risk of injury there than you would ever have in the triangle.
Yeah,
in
but
that sense.
at some point there's a line for every outdoor event, isn't there?
Well, absolutely, there's always a. But the question is actually whether or not we decide if there is inclement weather, whether we can run the proms for people to come in and watch it in here, although we'll be limited to numbers.
well,
You did it by so many tickets, didn't you?
Well, and they would have to pre-book, which is fine.
Oh, yeah, because
But what the pattern with the pre-booking we had last year was, it wasn't 50 infirm people. It was an infirm people.
why are you just saying it's sort of like got to be infirm?
No, so we.
Surely, shouldn't it be that actually if the plan is that it's outside, if the weather isn't so nice and actually we take a view that we can't run it from outside, is there an option, albeit that the numbers would be limited because we've got obviously our fire restrictions, where we can have people in here,
First 50
put
or
the
something
screen
like
up so that it's done and then they can have a lovely time.
Because
with
we
it.
pre-sell for free, we
Yeah.
pre-sell tickets for people who would be more comfortable inside to still be part of the event, even though we're running it
So
outside.
they're not going to be up to 50, are they? Realistically.
Yeah, so we go up to 50 inside, so
Well,
that's.
maybe you don't do
the
that,
point.
bit. Maybe the whole thing is that actually,
First
if you
come,
look
first
at
served.
the first 50 you book tickets.
Yeah, that's how it
would be-
is.
Would be the ones that are inside. I think that's the only way to do it, isn't it?
Because
Well,
first
we-
50 could include people who have to be inside.
So there were people, the reason it came up in the first place, that,
I think it's overcomplicating it, quite frankly.
well, they wouldn't sit out, they were sufficiently infirm that they were never going to sit outside for the whole day. So they wanted to sit inside and watch, which is fine. But it's that
They're only
then,
sitting on the,
that then morphed into the problem we had when we had to cancel. So it was a messaging problem as much as anything.
My suggestion would be, if you are, that it's first come, first served for the first 50, and particularly say to people, if you are definitely going to need to be inside, be amongst those first 50.
The question that we have is if the event gets cancelled due to weather, we need to be able to know whether we're also cancelling the ticketed people and the whole event, which would be more cost effective, or whether you want to cancel the outside, but the people who still have the tickets, we honour that ticket and we stay open. That's the question that we need to know.
What's going to be the cost if that's cancelled out there?
It
and there's a
could be a couple of grand.
Right,
And the messaging is part of it, because if we advertise it on social media, all the people that book those 50 seats will be of a certain demographic. The people that might want to book inside because they're frail will probably be relying on paper media. So they're just going to be excluded before you start because they don't do Facebook or Instagram.
if I remember rightly, last year the indoor tickets went very quickly.
Yes,
So,
because people were booking chunks.
so when you say chunks, you mean like 10, 12 or?
Well, 5 or 6 at a time, but you only got to do that 10 times and they're gone.
Mhm.
the other difficulty you get is we can get with the pantomime and send you get people booking seats and they don't turn up.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So we could be putting the whole thing on
So
to
you
20
could end up-
people to
yeah.
turn up.
And,
So is it easier to cancel it all?
potentially, if it is not good weather, will the people inside come anyway to watch it on the
Well,
screen?
I think we make it really clear, it is a weather dependent
Yeah.
event, and effectively,
It's cancelled.
what's the notice though? You'd want to do it, 48 hours beforehand
So
to make that decision? That's what we did last time.
We contacted the Met Office on the
That's right.
Thursday.
Yeah.
For the event on the Saturday, because we thought if you do it on Friday, it's too late to
Oh, it's
call.
far too late.
Are we looking at, because that's it's weather dependent, do we actually say that a lot of these outdoor events are just purely outdoor, because a lot of them places like in Belgium or you go to other places, they've got a big hall, they don't do anything inside, it's just purely outdoor event.
Well, I think for this one, you just say it's weather dependent,
Yeah, well, but
subject to weather conditions.
And if you sold a ticket, then you would just make it very clear on the terms and conditions of that ticket, and on the ticket, you would say, if event is cancelled due to weather, your ticket is cancelled,
Yeah.
and you make it very clear.
what I'm saying is,
Does that-
what I'm trying to say is, do we just say not use the house for?
I think if
show?
the event goes on using Bitton House for people who want to be part of it, but don't necessarily want to sit outside regardless of age or whatever, if someone wants to come but sit inside,
Yeah.
that's absolutely fine, and I think it's a nice option to have, but I think if it gets cancelled outside, then in conjunction, this also gets cancelled.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
How much does
so
it
this happens if it's going on outside, otherwise it's
You've got to give people
Yeah.
money back.
No, you're not doing a refund.
No,
It's
so
I
it's-
feel
it's
it-
their
I think what
cost.
you say is it's purely we can't run it because of the weather, we've got the forecast documents to tell us.
Why don't we just go to that and then you know where you
And then you
are?
just like
I think it's, yeah.
like I say, it's a sort of all or nothing.
But it won't be, it'll be lovely weather.
Of course it will.
Because it's the second time I've missed it and I really don't want to miss it.
Well,
Oh.
We've been quite lucky actually, we did have to cancel quite a few events and Dawlish.
They had worse time
Yeah.
us last year.
So-
Sure.
Fingers crossed. Okay.
Well, it's not, we'll get Keith out doing a sundance
Ah,
or
that's
something.
it, yeah,
that's right.
Once you're going around
Folk
the
Preservation Society up for it.
You sell them on the weekends, and it's fine.
Okay, so,
Right, so is that,
Would have
is that,
proposed-
do you need it proposed and seconded and everything else?
I think we made that
No, it's
Should
fine.
shake your head? No, no,
No, we don't need it.
okay, I'm happy with that, I'm looking across you.
So we're all clear with that then, just so we don't have to miss up like we had last time.
Okay. Right, okay, Butler Britain, page 15th of September.
Exactly the same, so we're not doing our usual Battle of Britain this year on the Aberdeen carriageway, we are just doing a flag raising in the Triangle at 11 AM like normal flag raisings.
There's an overview and scrutiny meeting at Teambridge that morning, so I'm not sure.
Well, don't worry about it, it's that written Daisy. They ought to move, didn't they?
They'll probably have their own one up there anyway, so I will make mention of it.
And next, 24th of October, apple day celebration.
Thinking that down.
I know, so Freudian slip there. Right, officers, you said there was, take everything, well, because everything changes, because there was that ask for extra funding for those.
Yeah, so we've upped the budget for this one. It's still in early stages right now, planning on this one. Mainly due to time constraints right now. Pirates was a very quick, we've got a month to pull it together. Once Pirates is done, everything else is ticking along, then Apple Day will become the main focus. So next meeting I'll be able to give you a lot more information, but it's going down the same route of a farmer's market kind of feel. We're thinking about an apple pie competition, we're getting some apple presses in, talking to the local businesses. It should be quite a nice day that shouldn't need too much involved in it, and hopefully it'll just be something that goes alongside the daily community.
Okay. Remembrance.
Cut and paste from previous years, Debbie is on it, it's all ticking along.
Okay, and we'll still be using the social club again this year, won't we, for teas and coffees.
It'll be exactly the same as it has been, yeah,
Okay.
and Debbie will communicate it all further.
Okay,
Can I just go back to the apples a minute?
Yeah.
Of course. What was I gonna say? You mentioned apple presses. You know, there's an community orchard down in the.
That's gonna be pulled
So,
into
that's
the,
all right,
but yeah.
you know.
The churches are also, because it's close to
Yeah.
Harvest Festival, the
Yeah.
churches are also being pulled in, we've just got to gather everyone together and make a plan.
Brilliant.
there's a lady who was talking to the chamber who was saying something about orchards.
Type, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's sometimes wrong. Okay. Armistice Day and probably to Paddington.
Very similar to Remembrance again, it's cut and paste, it will be further down the line that you'll get all the details about that one.
Right, and I know it's
Christmas.
Christmas, yes.
Think about that yet.
We're
Doing
halfway there.
Christmas for a long time.
We're halfway there.
Christmas is ticking along, we're selling stalls, so we changed the way that we sell the stalls. People can't just buy a ticket anymore, they have to do an application form, because it means that we have a lot more control about what stalls can come in and be a part of it. The main feedback we got from a lot of traders last year was there was a lot of cakes and things that duplicated what was already sold. So by changing it to an application process, it's not a hard application process, they just fill it in, send us a photo of what they do, it means we can get all of their public liability insurance as well. And then if, for example, I've got 5 jewellery stands that all want to be on the Triangle, I can go back and say, well, hang on a minute, we've already got 2, can we put you on Wellington Street, or can we put you on Bank Street? So it's just about making sure it's managed a bit better than it has been in previous years.
And that'd be better for them. So, I'm going to float this idea because we often think ahead of time, we're looking for someone to switch the lights on, looking for Christmas lights, you know.
We've already got that planned at Santa.
Oh, right.
Santa will be doing it. It's already planned in the agreement, we've already booked Santa.
Oh, I didn't realise that.
Yeah, so it's already, so the difficulty sometimes with this events being a committee as well as the officer's job is you guys obviously choose the events, set the dates, we feedback, we get feedback, it's great. But what you've got to remember is as soon as you set a date and you tell us the event, we're gone, we're organising, we're planning, we're running with it. We can't have, we love suggestions to come in and that's great, but if something's already been planned, we can't just change things. So Santa's already been planned that he's going to switch it on. I think he did it last year. It worked really well. We're going to do it again this year.
Okay,
So that's how it's going to be. Because the other thing that I've come across is everyone's hearts are in the greatest place, but talking to the community and promising things to the community before you've passed it through an officer,
yeah.
it makes our life a little bit more difficult. Because then we have to let you down, or we have to then work out how we're going to get it fixed. And events are very delicate balancing acts the best of times. So just to have that
Several years, didn't it?
thought process.
Santa, yeah, so the last couple of years, so not
Yeah.
not last year, but the last, certainly Santa did it last year, I think, and then the last 2 years before that.
I think the last one that wasn't
Mary
was,
did it, and then
was Liz Francis
I
Yeah.
think
in
that's also,
2019.
because that's also been one of the delicate issues, isn't it? Is that previously it would always be either a local, somebody that was well known in the community or might have achieved something that's really spectacular, and so you get them as robot, I think, a few years ago as well, without all sorts of things. And then it's hard because you can think of so many people that were worthy of that,
Yes.
really worthy, but then it's like, say, how do you,
Who
how
do
do
you
you,
pick?
yeah,
Yeah.
and actually,
It takes the politics out of it.
Yeah.
completely takes
And it
politics
just
away,
makes it
and
very
it's-
neutral
And actually, it's a
decision.
big Christmas character, so
Yes.
Santa gets tried by kids.
It's kids love it as well.
Yeah.
Can I just come down, what about the music? Have you already started to look at the music, or will have some can I have some say in that, or, because I know we've asked Kate as chair.
No, I'm not involved in it.
It's not about you not being able to
No.
have a say at all. What it is the feedback side of it. But if we say, oh, that's already done,
Yeah,
we can't have too much of a discussion around it because it's already been planned and put in. So what sort of music were you thinking about?
I've needs, but I was thinking of just maybe some more of the local bands that we've got. Say I haven't spoken to them, but Colin Lindsay and Lizzie and the I think they're called the Screaming Weasels. They're got quite a good following. Sort of looking at me.
The other tricky thing with bands is it has to be Christmas.
Yeah, but I
Because
mean.
we had that difficulty one year when it was all heavy rock and all it did was enter the triangle.
Sorry,
All it did was enter the triangle.
no, it's not.
And they've got to be prepared to do what we want them to do.
But I think can we reach out and actually have some more local people in?
I can definitely try. So I've got a couple of people that are coming back. I've got Millie Bowden coming back.
I know Millie, she's not.
I've got the plan in front of me. It would make sense because I have got a few slots. This year we are having the pavilions putting on a bit because they couldn't fit in last year, but we fit them in this year. So they're definitely coming and getting involved. I've also got Chloe with her piano is coming and getting involved.
Right.
5 carols at 5 are all sorted. Other than that, I'm looking around at acts. So we have got room for more local acts.
Okay,
That's not a problem. I haven't quite got to planning the stage side of things yet. So if you want to email in
yeah,
the specific ones that you want me to look at, I can't guarantee that they will be
No.
the ones that make
think
it through.
The only thing I would add, which I noted last year and also the year before, is some of the acts weren't festive enough.
Yeah.
So they're too, that it's nice to have a mix in it. You don't want festive music from, 11 o'clock till 6 because it would drive you mad. But you want it intermingled. So that someone, there's been some way you're going, you've just done an hour of rock songs.
Yeah.
You've got to it's really got to be very balanced.
So the one that is booked to be on the only person I booked to be on the stage is Millie, because I got a lot of good feedback from her last year, and she does do Christmas songs. One of the feedback moments that I got when we went around to all of the traders in town and asked them for the feedback on Christmas.
Yeah.
One of the things that they suggested was we had entertainment in Bank Street at the same time as something on at the stage, and now because we've also extended it to Wellington Street, the programming has got to be a lot more thought through, because I don't really need two things happening at the same time that pulls people sideways.
Mhm.
So that's why the stage has not quite been planned yet, but there will be a lot of thought that goes into who's going when and what time. Like luckily we've got the Pavilions pantomime coming in, so that'll break up the singing and it'll give a bit of a, like with the Pirates, we've got two performances rather than everything being singing.
Okay, right, because I wasn't, I sometimes thought we sometimes vote on things, but on groups and that, no.
No.
they're
No,
not.
no, no, that's an officer's job to
Right.
book. The committee is to feed back to pick the event you're doing and to pick the date and the
Okay.
budget. We will then be the ones that actually plan it and I will feed back to you. Obviously, I'm open to feedback, but where it comes to booking things, I will just crack on and book, otherwise we never get anything done.
No.
I will send you some information about something.
Have you got anybody to do the, rotary this time? Because I think we might find it difficult this year.
I am looking into options, you've already flagged, so
Alright.
leave that with
I mean,
me.
if you really get stuck, we'll see what we can do, but we've got things we've got to move around. there
Yes,
as well.
no, that's fine, I've already got it in
And
my
also run
notes
also
that
run
you've.
this year.
No, of course, absolutely fine.
What about the Sally Army band? Have you tried them?
I haven't. If anyone wants to pop over emails with people that you suggest, and then I'll filter through them and see what we can do and what can fit in a budget and what we can plan on. The only other one I've got booked is the Samba Band to lead the parade.
I've also thought of the Salvation Army, but the issue is that the Salvation Army are folding in Teignmouth, but I know that they have the band in Newton Abbot. I can talk to them when because I usually pop down.
Can we not,
No, no,
so
no.
no, like I've said, if we cannot
She needs to do
have
that.
councillors talking to people on behalf of planning events,
Yeah.
that would make my very full job already a little bit easier.
Okay,
Because if I've got people going to people, like someone's promised something for the Pirates Festival to someone that I don't even know is going to be part of it, and I have a full programme, that causes me a lot of problems and there's then a lot of mixed messages. Everything needs to go through the office and we will talk to the people that we need to talk to, if that's okay.
okay, yeah, fine, fine.
Thank you.
Okay,
Lantern Parade, I spoke to Sam today, really good chat with Sam, really positive chat with Sam. We're going to do it differently this year. We're going to get a quote and we're going to use her as a supplier this year. We are going to get another quote just to see if we can find out what the best way is to do it. But the way that we talked about it with Sam is a really good way of going forwards, and we're hoping around about 250 lanterns this year, because we're going to close Tean Street off and then everyone will gather in Tean Street so that we can have bigger capacity. They'll then walk through Bank Street, walk through Wellington Street, then we will make a channel in front of the tree and the stage that's already gated off, so we don't have to go through the crowd, and that should hopefully hold a lot more people.
Can I just, I know we discussed this before, there's a bottleneck in Bank Street
Yeah.
across the stores.
So we've got gaps in the stalls this year. So
Yeah, but right at the end of Bank
Mm.
Street, last year, there was a right bottleneck. You can't have any stalls, I don't know, with 10 metres over the sort at the end of Bank Street. So when they all converge at the end of Bank Street to sort of cross the road.
we haven't. So like I was saying, we've reduced the number of stalls in Bank Street. So there's none in front of Finley Brown's and Pearl's Parlour. There's none in front of the pantry because we're trying to avoid anyone with a cafe pavement licence to try and make it as fair as possible. And then we've got a bigger gap outside of Shoulder Bakery to make sure, so we've sacrificed a couple of stalls to make sure that the Lantern Parade is going to be a lot safer. So that's been sorted out.
right, okay.
Any other questions, or is everyone happy with?
No, that's okay, and,
I'm always happy with Christmas.
right, okay.
Never showing Christmas films on the telly.
I know, I've already found the channel.
Okay. Right, current budget.
Can I just, before we go on to that, just talk about fireworks, because it's not on the agenda, but
sorry.
we do need to talk about it. I got a quote through from Emirates Rugby Club. So the price that Sonic have quoted is £5,775 plus VAT, but ignore VAT. Obviously our budget is not that amount, so it is going to need us all still on board with bucket collecting, supporting the event on the day. So if we can just have that all in mind, it is bonfire night the day, and if everyone can be as free as they possibly can to be involved in that and the bucket collecting, that would be fantastic. Because we also have to get security involved in that as well.
And I suppose as well that I'm sure the rugby club will be helping us with that as well.
Oh, it will be a collaboration between it, but we've offered, because they're obviously hosting it and using their grounds and their bar and everything, then we've offered to also put forward the bucket collecting and some marshalling. So it will be basically the same effort that we put in when we do it on the point. However, we're just doing it with rugby club this year, so it's not a,
But we
we're not.
need more bucket collectors, because last year,
Yeah.
despite getting another 10 buckets, we only used 9 buckets. Because
Well, I'll see what I'm doing. Can you remind me what is our budget for the fireworks?
I want to say 4,200, but let me triple check that.
Can we ask a full council if other councils apart from councils on events can be bucket?
Definitely. I'll send out an email anyway, more towards the September time, to say, can
you
anybody?
do with every councillor plus 1. That would give you the right number.
I can't dig anybody up.
Well, but, or if someone can't come, find a couple of willing volunteers.
That's not at all.
Well, I'll give them a couple of names that I can get and I can put, and I can,
4,200.
right, so we're looking at 1.5 grand basically.
And
Which is
we did
doable.
GoFundMe before as well,
All right, okay.
so
Okay.
Is the rugby club doing any markets, stalls and things outside? Because I mean, it's ideal for them, I would have thought.
I would say due to space, probably not, because they want to fit as many bodies in there to see
Right,
the
okay.
fireworks as they can, so they're very conscious of not taking up too much space.
And are you having an input into the advertising on it?
I'm not sure.
Because I think you probably should.
we've got to do that part of that, yeah.
Because, I mean, everybody knows that there is a rugby club firework display, but they don't know that it's
No, but
changed.
everybody this year will need to know that it's there and it's free.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's where I'm going really,
Yeah.
so, I mean, you need to get your offer in there, and I'm sure you'll manage.
Okay,
Well, they'll want us to anyway.
okay, before we just go on to that, I'll ask, what Joe was saying about earlier on about, looking for things for the next meeting, for the next year. Lily's forwarded me an email from a guy called Barry Hemmings, who, and what I can do, I can't manage to forward it, I forwarded it to you, Holly, then you can forward it on to the rest, everyone else, basically suggesting that if we return to go back to the Go Eats type of festival, but actually rather than bring in outside people, this is a suggestion, maybe with that, is that it's local businesses that are involved. Barry's keen for events committee to look at events, really encouraging shoppers to spend time in town and to buy from local businesses. He would also like to look at a way of encouraging locals and not just tourists in town. He suggests we reinstate the Eat Festival, and we tried it previously, but this time with the cooperation of local food businesses like Launders, Brunch and other such businesses. This is something he's suggesting for us to look at for next year. So you're not looking very impressed there.
No, because I know lots of the reasons why the Eat Festival's left it.
It's not a simple and
Could probably get them back, but people's behaviour might need to change.
As I say, this was sent to us and what we're
I
not.
think really, Bandit, that's for the end of the year,
Yeah,
when
okay.
we're looking at,
Well, what I'll do is I'll,
that's for sort of October, November, when
I think we're already thinking about next
sorting
year.
the events for next
Let's get
year.
this year's
yeah,
up and
as I
running.
say,
Plus the fact they're currently contracted to Dawlish.
put that to yourself, because I can't.
I've got so much on, Bunny. Could you send that to me around the October time when we
Okay.
do the agenda for
Okay.
setting the next
Okay,
events? Is
right,
that all
okay.
right? And then we can properly digest it.
Okay.
Otherwise, it will go in a folder for me, and I won't be able to look at it until we get.
There'll be a meeting specifically for it.
Yeah, because we
Next
have,
year.
oh gosh, yeah. Okay, so, has anyone else?
So current budget, we need to cover.
Your current budget, please, yeah.
So we need a little bit more money in pirates. Only 500. We've got currently enough money sat in armed forces. We've got 2,500 in armed forces. Armed forces is costing us £304 this year. So we've got plenty to cover it. The 500 will go towards financing the flags for the chamber. It'll go towards some of the brochures. It'll go towards one of the acts. So it's just a case of knowing if you are all happy to buy that 500 over that's sat in the budget. It's not.
And that is what we do need to vote on.
Yeah, well, I'll propose that we forward that money.
I'll second it.
All in favour? Yeah. Perfect.
Thank you. Otherwise, every other budget's fine.
Okay. Okay, right, and has anyone anything they wish to discuss or add?
Just a thank you, because it's an enormous amount of work that everybody on the council is doing. And it's making an amazing year, frankly.
Yes, indeed.
Don't know a town that's doing as much.
And I think it's a fantastic holiday.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I really, really.
Thank you.
I
Yes.
think it's worth bearing in mind that Holly's had to pick some of these up at short notice.
Yeah.
It's not,
This is-
Keith, do you split them and put them up in the notice board?
No, but I was gonna actually ask Holly if she could,
Do the viewing fours.
Alice Cross do like A4s, but they have 4.
Do you like a separated, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine, leave that with me.
If you can do.
How many
something
of
like
that sort of style do you want?
Well, we can get them in shops as well. But I was realistically just thinking about the display cabinet.
Yeah, just one of those?
Display cabinet.
next week.
Next week? Oh, well.
I had it chased this week.
3 for the one round in,
Right, yeah, okay. Right, so the next meeting is scheduled for the 15th of September. And so can I close the meeting then, ladies and gentlemen, please?
You can.
Thank you all for your time.